Hello, it's Zenise again, Losing for Christ. Welcome to my page. Today is January 15th, 2017, and it is 5:08 p.m. And I just feel like I need to talk about some things that I learned this morning. Before I went to church, I stepped on the scale to see where I was at, because I've made it, I started the journey on January 1st, which was a Sunday. So every Sunday of 2017, I'm going to step on that scale and I'm going to document exactly where I'm at on my Facebook page, Losing for Christ. And so I stepped on the scale, and as I said in my video yesterday, that I was kind of nervous about that because I kind of knew, it's been a bad week for me and didn't veer off the course, but I sure ate a lot of macadamia nuts and pistachio nuts. And well, anyway, so I knew that the number was not going to be good. But when I stepped on the scale and I came back and I calculated, it was a gain of 10 pounds, 2 ounces. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just skip this week. I won't put it out there. I didn't want to share that. I didn't want to share it because it was bad. And I did it anyway. I came home from church and I posted it. And you know what? It's really not about the number on the scale. It's about the learning opportunities that I have. As I said in my last video, this last week was very difficult. It was extremely difficult. And something I think that I had forgotten about my very own testimony, I was reminded of it this afternoon after I got home from church. And I want to read it to you. These are the verses that describe my testimony. And it comes from Psalm 40, verses 1 through 3. And it says, and I'm reading from the New King James Version, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me and heard my cry. He also brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my steps. He has put a new song in my mouth. Praise to our God. Many will see it and fear and will trust in the Lord. A few years back, those verses leaped off the page, and I knew they were for me. It was a description that was perfect for my life. And I allowed myself to go back to that horrible pit, to get stuck in that miry clay. Granted, it was not for very long, but 4 days is a long time when you think about it. So I'm going back, and I'm allowing God to establish my feet, or my footsteps, my feet. I'm allowing him to set my feet on a rock and establish my steps once again. Because it's not over. It's not over. The fast isn't over. It's the beginning of the third week. The other thing that really struck me is, as I was reading today's devotional for the Ultimate Daniel Fast, it talked about, where are you? Are you stuck? Are you in a waiting season, or are you moving? And I thought about, wow, right now I'm stuck. I'm in a waiting period. And I know that it's a time where God is going to teach me, train me, groom me, prepare me for the next step. And then the next step. And the next one. You know, someone reminded me that God's hand was on my life this week. And didn't feel like it. It really didn't. And then today, good friend at church gave me a painting that she made me with a butterfly and the word hope. And she had no idea that just a few days ago, my hope was kind of out the window. And the truth of the matter is, our only hope is Jesus. It's not about food. It's not about exercise. It's not about what we do, what we say, what we think. It's about our faith. Our hope is in Jesus. It's about allowing our footsteps to be guided by Him. It's about surrendering to His Lordship in our life. And that's what I have to do, again, every day. Every morning when I get up, it's a decision. Am I going to follow Christ today? Or am I going to follow my own way? When I follow my own way, it doesn't go very well. But when I let Jesus lead the way, things go much better. So, I wanted to read a scripture. That also came out of the morning devotional. They actually, she used the New Living Translation. I don't have that up here. I'll just read what it had in hers. And she just took a portion of the scripture, and it was from 2 Chronicles 30, verse 8. Do not be stubborn. And she put ... but submit yourselves to the Lord. Yeah. Do not be stubborn. And when I look at that scripture in the New American Standard, it says, now do not stiffen your neck like your fathers, but yield to the Lord and enter His sanctuary, which He has consecrated forever, and serve the Lord your God, that His burning anger may turn away from you. You know, that's a good scripture for me today too. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stiff-necked. Don't be obstinate. Serve God. Submit to the Lord. Submit to Him. And I've been helping some other people. It's so easy to help other people. Do you ever notice that? You can give people advice and tell them what they need to do. Then when it comes to yourself, you're like, what do I do? I need to give myself some of that very advice that I've been giving others. So, my plan that I said yesterday of writing down my goals and getting that together, I have not completed that. So I'm going to bring bring that to the next video, because I have not sat down and done that yet, and I'm going to still. But I'm glad I haven't done it yet, because I may not have done it in the right attitude. So I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to share that with you so that I can be held accountable. Yes. Thank you for following me. You know, I think about these videos, and honestly, it's not easy for me to do these. It was a great idea at first, but it's become very hard now. But it's because I have to be transparent, and I'm smiling, but inside my heart is beating, and I'm saying, why am I doing this? I'm going to be happy that I did this a year from now. I hope. All right, I'm going to do my goals. I will be back. Okay, so I've got my goals written down, and I just had to simplify it because I started overthinking this whole thing, and of course, I got frustrated and I didn't want to do it. So, I realized writing out a food plan is not going to work for me. So it's just going to be really simple. So for this week, I'm still doing the Daniel fast. So number 1 is to eat only Daniel fast approved foods. Simple, right? So that's vegetables, fruit, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and water. And of course, as I mentioned in an earlier video, that I have given myself the exception of having herbal tea. So what's going to change is that every morning I'm going to pray and ask the Lord to guide me in my food choices. I've not been doing that. And I'm only going to eat during meal times. So I'm going to have a time for breakfast, a time for lunch, a time for dinner, and I'm going to plan 2 snacks. And that's it. So no more eating pistachio nuts or macadamia nuts all day long while I'm working. Because that's what gets me in trouble. And quite frankly, you know, we're supposed to be, for the fast to be appropriate, is we are exchanging, well, we're giving up certain foods so that we can have more time with the Lord. And I don't know, I feel like I need to start the whole thing over, but I'm not. I'm just going to keep going. So I just need to make sure that God is at the center, that He is the one that is guiding my choices, that He is the one that is guiding my day, that He is the one that is saying, yes, you can have this, or yes, you can have that, or no, don't touch it. And I know He'll do it. He's done it before. He's, you know, I've submitted myself to that and asked the Lord to guide my choices so many times. And I haven't been doing it lately. And I know it's time to do that again. So, you know, interestingly, earlier today, I was looking for a document on my computer. I was looking for an old goal sheet, see what I had before, and I didn't find anything. So, but what I did find was a note that I wrote myself last year. And in that, I wrote that I had been praying and asking God, why? Why can't I stay connected to the vine? And His answer to me was, because there's too many weeds. So it really caused me to think, and one of the biggest weeds that I've got is this food issue. I'm really tired of laying it down and picking it back up. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. But I know that once God's going to continue to work with me, and He's going to help me to surrender this thing to Him and not look back. I'm so ready for it to happen. And I don't know why it's taken so long. But I have to trust that He knew these days would be here. That He knew my struggles. And it's all going to be okay. So, I'll be back tomorrow with another update. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for following, and good night.